Hello everyone, welcome to Allied Lectum channel. Today's topic is about hemostasis and coagulation of blood. Okay, let's go into the topic. First, we should know what is hemostasis. Hemostasis is the mechanism that leads to cessation of bleeding from a blood vessel, that is arrest or stoppage of bleeding. When a blood vessel is injured, the injury initiates a series of reactions resulting in hemostasis. It occurs in three stages, that is vasoconstriction, platelet plug formation, coagulation of blood. Okay, so now let's discuss about these steps in detail. Stage 1 is the vasoconstriction. Immediately after the injury to the blood vessel constricts and it decreases the loss of blood from the damaged portion. The process of vasoconstriction is purely a local phenomena. When the blood vessels are cut, the endothelium is damaged and the collagen is exposed. Platelet adhere to this collagen and get activated. The activated platelets secrete a substance called serotonin and other vasoconstrictor substance which causes vasoconstriction of the blood. Adherence of platelets to the collagen is accelerated by the von Willebrand factor. This factor acts as a bridge between a specific glycoprotein present on the surface of a platelet and collagen fibrils. This process is known as vasoconstriction. Now coming to the second stage, that is the platelet plug formation. Platelet get adhered to the collagen of ruptured blood vessel and secrete adenosine diphosphate, that is ADP, and thromboxane A2. These two substances attract more and more platelets and activate them. All these platelets aggregate together and form a loose temporary platelet plug or temporary hemostatic plug which closes the ruptured vessel and prevents further blood loss. Platelet aggregation is accelerated by PAF, that is platelet activating factor. And now coming to this third stage, that is the coagulation of blood. During this process, the fibrinogen is converted into fibrin. Fibrin thread get attached to the loose platelet plug which blocks the ruptured part of blood vessel and prevent further blood loss. Okay, now we'll see a short recap of hemostasis. When injury to the blood vessels causes damage to the endothelium which causes exposure of collagen. Next stage is the adherence of platelet to collagen. Platelets will get adhered to the collagen by a von Willebrand factor. Okay, this causes activation of platelet. The activation of platelet causes secretion of serotonin which causes vasoconstriction is the stage 1 of hemostasis. Second stage is the secretion of ADP and thromboxane A2 which causes aggregation of platelet by PAF, that is platelet aggregating factor, which finally form the platelet plug or temporary hemostatic plug. The third stage of hemostasis is the formation of prothrombin activator which results in the blood clotting. Okay, next we will see in detail about coagulation of blood. Coagulation or clotting is defined as the process in which blood loses its fluidity and become a jelly-like mass few minutes after it's shed out or collected in a container. That's why we will use anticoagulant when we collect blood in a container. Anticoagulants are substances which prevent or postpone coagulation of blood. A few examples of anticoagulants are heparin. It is a natural anticoagulant produced by the mast cells, EDTA, warfarin citrates, etc. Coagulation of blood occurs through a series of reactions due to the activation of group of substances. Substances necessary for clotting are known as clotting factors. There are 13 clotting factors, namely factor 1 is the fibrinogen, factor 2 is prothrombin, factor 3 is the thromboplastin or tissue factor, factor 4 is the calcium, 5 is the labile factor, factor 6 presence has not been proved, Factor 7 is the stable factor. 8 is the anti-hemophilic factor. 9 Christmas factor. 10 is Stewart Prover factor. 11 is plasma thromboplastin antecedent. Next is 11 is plasma thromboplastin antecedent. 12 is Hangman factor. 13 is fibrin stabilizing factor, that is fibrinase. Okay, next is the stages of blood clotting. The stages of blood clotting occurs in 3 stages. First is the formation of prothrombin activator. Formation of prothrombin activator occurs through 2 pathways, that is intrinsic pathway and extrinsic pathway. Second stage is conversion of prothrombin into thrombin. Third stage is the conversion of fibrinogen into fibrin. Now we will see in detail about intrinsic pathway for the formation of prothrombin activator. In this pathway, the formation of prothrombin activator is initiated by platelets which occurs inside the blood itself. The sequence of events in the intrinsic pathway is during the injury to the blood vessel is ruptured, endothelium is damaged and the collagen beneath the endothelium is exposed. Then factor 12, that is Hangman factor, comes in contact with collagen. It converts into activated factor 12 in the presence of calcarein and high molecular weight kinogen. The activated factor 12 converts factor 11 into activated factor 11 in the presence of HNW kinogen. The activated factor 11 activates factor 9 in the presence of factor 4, that is calcium. Activated factor 9 activates factor 10 in the presence of factor 8 and calcium. When the platelets comes in contact with collagen of damaged blood vessel, it gets activated and releases phospholipids. Now these two activated factor 10 reacts with the platelet phospholipid and factor 5 to form a prothrombin activator. This pathway needs the presence of calcium ions. Next we will see about the extrinsic pathway for the formation of prothrombin activator. In this pathway, the formation of prothrombin activator is initiated by the tissue thromboplastin, which is formed from the injured tissues. The sequences in the extrinsic pathway is the when the tissue is damaged, it releases a thromboplastin, that is factor 3. Thromboplastin contains proteins, phospholipid, glycoprotein, which acts as a proteolytic enzyme. This factor 3 contains proteins, phospholipid, glycoproteins, which acts as a proteolytic enzymes. Glycoprotein and phospholipid component of thromboplastin convert factor 10 into activated factor 10 in the presence of factor 7. Activated factor 10 reacts with factor 5 and phospholipid component of tissue thromboplastin to form prothrombin activator. This reaction also requires the presence of calcium ion. Okay, from the intrinsic pathway and the extrinsic pathway, the formation of prothrombin activator is formed. Next is the stage 2, that is conversion of prothrombin into thrombin. Blood clotting is all about thrombin formation. Once the thrombin is formed, it definitely leads to clot formation. The sequence of events in the stage 2 is prothrombin activator, that is formed in the intrinsic and extrinsic pathway, converts prothrombin into thrombin in the presence of calcium, that is factor 4. Once the formed thrombin initiates the more and more thrombin molecules, it is a positive feedback mechanism. And the last stage is the conversion of fibrinogen into fibrin. The final stage of blood clotting involves the conversion of fibrinogen into fibrin by thrombin. The sequences in the stage 3 is thrombin converts inactive fibrinogen into activated fibrinogen. The activated fibrinogen is called fibrin polymer. This fibrin monomer polymerizes with other monomer molecules and form a loose arranged strands of fibrin. Later, these loose strands are modified into a tight fibrin threads by a fibrin stabilizing factor, that is factor 13, in the presence of calcium ions. All the tight fibrin threads are aggregated to form a mesh of stable cloth. Okay guys, now we came to an end. Now we'll see a short summary of this topic. First, what is hemostasis? It is the arrest or stoppage of bleeding. The major components of hemostasis is the vasoconstriction, platelet plug formation, coagulation, blood clotting, that is blood clotting. Next is coagulation of blood. It is the process in which blood loses its fluidity and becomes a jelly-like mass after it's shed out or collected in the container. There are 13 clotting factors. Stages of blood clotting. There are 3 stages, that is formation of prothrombin activator. It occurs in 2 pathways, that is intrinsic pathway and extrinsic pathway. Conversion, stage 2 is the conversion of prothrombin into thrombin. Stage 3 is the conversion of fibrinogen into fibrin. In both intrinsic and extrinsic pathway, they form a prothrombin activator. In the second stage, the prothrombin activator convert into thrombin, and in third stage, fibrinogen is converted into fibrin activated form of fibrinogen, which form a loose strands of fibrin. Later, in the presence of 13, that is fibrin stabilizing factor, and calcium, it form a fibrin tight clot, which forms a stable blood clot. Next is fibrinolysis. It is the lysis, that is destruction of the blood clot inside the blood vessel is called fibrinolysis. It helps to remove the clot from the lumen of the blood vessel. Last is the anticoagulant. Anticoagulants are the substance which prevent or postpone coagulation of blood. Few examples of anticoagulants are heparin, EDTA, warfarin, citrates, etc. Okay, that's all guys. We came to an end. I hope you understand what is hemostasis and coagulation of blood. Thank you for listening. For more videos, please do subscribe our channel.